My name is Nicholas Palmer, and I'm very excited and humbled to be a candidate in the Democratic primary to be your next justice on the Fifth Court of Appeals. My campaign is one of experience, not ambition. I think I am the strongest and most experienced person for this position. Otherwise, I wouldn't be running. As I've said before, this is an appellate bench. It doesn't hear trials. It doesn't have a jury. It doesn't make evidentiary rulings and things like that. It sits and reviews what the lower courts do and decides whether or not they made an error such that the case needs to be returned to that court to fix the mistake. And that's what I do as a living. I am an appellate lawyer. I'm one of the very few lawyers who is an exclusively appellate lawyer. I am board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization in civil appellate law. I'm also board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization in labor and employment law. So I have two specializations that fewer than 1% of attorneys statewide can say they have two specializations. I mentioned that I'm an appellate practitioner. I am the head appellate attorney for the city of Dallas. So anytime the city of Dallas is involved in an appeal, I am the attorney representing the city, from the municipal court appeals that get appealed to county courts all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. I filed cases on city officials' behalf in the U.S. Supreme Court. I appear in front of this court, the Fifth Court of Appeals, almost every day because it's our local appellate court, and I am the head appellate attorney for a city in this region. This is the first court of appeals that I have to go to on a daily basis. I have relationships with the justices who are there. They respect me, I respect them, and when I get elected, I'll be able to hit the ground running on day one. I won't be learning on the job. And so what I like to say, and kind of the analogy that I like to make, is if you are going to sponsor a Formula One race car, you're not going to pick just anybody who has a driver's license to put behind the wheel. You're going to put somebody who has the experience with driving with precision and at high speeds to finish the race and get the job done. When you go to the voting booth and you're trying to decide the Democrat that you want to put up for this position, I think you should think of it much the same way. You don't want just any attorney who happens to have a law license. You want an attorney who knows how the Court of Appeals works and who has appeared in front of this court and can hit the ground running to apply the law and ensure your rights are protected on day one. And I believe I am that candidate. Once we get past the primary election, the talking points for the Republicans have already kind of come out, and they are going to attack Democrats on having unexperienced individuals as judges. And so we don't need to give them ammunition by putting somebody up for the seat who has no experience practicing in appellate law. I have the experience that the Republican candidate, whoever that turns out to be, will not be able to call me inexperienced. Given my appellate experience, it would be very difficult for any Republican to say that I am not experienced for this role. And so if I have persuaded you to support me in this campaign, what can you do to get involved? You can get involved in small ways. You can follow our social media pages, Palmer for Justice. You can look at our webpage, palmerforjustice.com. You can share our content. That's an easy and free way to let everybody you know that you're supporting this campaign. If you want to get more involved, we would welcome that. You can sign up on our webpage for letter writing campaigns, postcard campaigns. We're door knocking every weekend to reach our constituents. It's 6 counties, so I can't knock on every door in 6 counties by myself. I need my community to come with us and join in that effort. And so if you're interested in that, we will have our schedule up on the website. And if when we're in your neighborhood or your area, or you want to go meet some folks that you've never met before, you can come with us and knock on doors in that area. And then finally, you can donate. This is going to be a long campaign that's going to take a year. And unfortunately, politics is very, very expensive. We're running a grassroots campaign. We don't believe that we can buy your vote. We want to get out there and meet the people. But to meet everybody in 6 counties and to reach them, it does take a little bit of money. Even sending out mailers takes some money. So that the other thing you can do is donate. But with that, once again, I'm Nicholas Palmer, running to be your Democratic nominee for Justice on the Court of Appeals, Place 8.